All right. And we're back. This is another video talking about teams and how I think they should play or how they would play going into the new season based on transfers and maybe preseason games and what the manager, has shown that he likes. Now we are on to Manchester City. And bruh, you never know with these guys, right? Because they signed this guy and now they're in talks to sign Donnarumma, which would be low-key crazy. This brother just came back and now he's about to get benched again. Tough. But they have that. They have like Nuri, Akanji, Ake, Ruben Dias, Yoshko Gvardiol, Kushanov, Lewis, Reis, Stones, Wilson Esbrand. Crazy depth, low key. I'll be honest, this is the only person that feels like an actual fullback. Every other person is kind of, yeah. Warwick Lewis is also an actual fullback. I'd imagine they play Vardiol and maybe not Reis, maybe Diaz or Akonji as centre backs, like solely as centre backs all season long. Stones is probably going to be a super sub. So Stones is class though. Oscar Bob, bro, Oscar Bob's time is here, man. Because Savinho is going, bro. So Oscar Bob, bro, do you guys remember Oscar Bob last season? Beginning of last season, he was gliding. So unfortunate, but bro, low-key, this team is kind of fucking stacked. What the hell? Cherky, Echeverry, Doku. You better lock in, brother. You better lock in and turn that ship around because you played like fuck. You played like 2 loads of ass cheek last season. Last season was tough, man. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. This brother is gone, isn't he? I swear if Pep starts Gundogan in any game this season, I'll be so pissed. Kovacic, Makati. I think he's going to be sold this season. This brother, oh my God, La Masia. Man, I'll be so sad if he doesn't get it. I doubt he's going to play because they have Ryan. Bro, they have midfield, brother. They have Reinders. Rodrigo. Oh my God, this team is kind of fucking crazy. Damn. Who is this? Severin Pine. Savinho is probably leaving for sure. Bernardicchi. We won the Premier League because you were there. Because De Bruyne, no Kevin, no, you're there. And that's not with Bernardicchi. That's what's his name? That was with Gundogan. What? Oh, no wonder. All these niggas are put there as midfielders, but they're actually wingers. Anyways, Omar Mamouche and Erling Haaland. Line up. Anybody that tries to predict Man City's lineup, really, long ass days, bro, because you never know. Let's assume this is what it is, right? Because they have too many midfielders for this to not be the play. I'd imagine this is what they do this season. At some point this season, start with 5 back. So they have Akanji. Why did I just almost say Kushanov? What's that brother's name? It's Kushanov, isn't it? Oh my God, this season needs to start. I'm not locked in. Akanji, Kushanov, and Ruben Dias. Or Akanji, Kushanov, and what's his name? Vadio rather, brother. I don't know what the centre back pair or triplet would be, but let's assume this is what he does, yeah, and he starts with 5 at the back. Because Pep be doing things randomly. You never know what that man is going to do. He's a mad lad. You have what's his name? Wait, give me 1 second. Okay, yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? You have who's going to bro? Look, who's the right back? Is Nunes still in that team, by the way? Because I seen that Pep is converting Nunes to solely being a right back. Where is he? Matheus Nunes. Yeah. Imagine Matheus Nunes is the right back and Ait Nuri is left back, right? Okay. That's width. That's width that they need already. So here they have Rodri and Baby Reinders. Maybe Reinders will be a crazy box to box, but he might play higher up. I don't know yet. I really couldn't tell you it's Pep. And then I think the two constants for me because again Pep is a mad lad. Haaland and Ryan. Where is it? No. Ryan Cherokee. Ryan Cherokee. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, brother. He's insane. Big dog. That's who that is. He's the biggest dog. So if they have possession, it looks something like this, right? Cherokee really could play anyway, so I don't even know if that matters. Press that up like this. This is really what I think it's going to be like for them. But look, I think this might actually be Akonji, Sorry, this might be Gvadio to continue doing because that's what he did. Okay, let me continue what I think it should look like. Right? This should be Rodri, this should be Baby Reinders. And fullback. Look here. Oh, bro, where is Foden? Oh my god, I couldn't tell. Wait, yeah. Oh my god, this team is so ridiculous if you think about how many players they have and who can play where. Because you could literally just flip everybody around and it will work the same way. So it will be Foden, Cherky, Haaland, Reinders, Nunes, Nuri. Yeah, that's probably what I think it would be. And they just have Foden and checking just fucking shit up in these interiors. Bro, I feel like it's too obvious that that's the play, right? Because if you think about it, at least offensively, those two, like, that's where they fit. That's their best position. Those half spaces and those, where they. And Cherky can play way deeper than Foden. Foden receives the ball here and one touch. That's what he's looking for. He's looking to make runs and all that stuff. Cherky, on the other hand, will hold that ball and will just calmly just float. Float. He will break that defensive line. That's what Cherky does. And if he can't, he's going to boom. So I think he's going to have more. Rangers is going to have a lot more offensive duties. Rodri will probably have less. But Rodri doesn't really go for that much. He just finds all those spaces and boom also. So I think he's going to remain the same. Hopefully he comes back just as he was. That's what I think they'll do. I think it's just going to be Haaland again as focal points. Or Haaland plays deeper this season a little bit and allows Reinders to make runs and Cherky or Foden to make runs off him. I don't know. Man City is such a complex team to even predict how they play, just because of their coach number one and the style of players they have. Then let's look at another option. What else could they do? They could go Akonji and Gvadio, Ait Nuri. Who's this? Nunes, Rodri, Rangers, Cherky, Foden, Haaland. Pep ever played two strikers. Even when he does, Pep likes his width. So I was going to say Foden, Cherky, Marmoush, and Haaland, and then offensively it look like this. Shit, let's imagine it's man to man. Bro, the counters they will concede though. But look at this. I think this works so well, like in the book of Pep, because yeah, but no team is pressing like this though. Let's even assume teams are pressing like this. This is so good for City. At least in my head, it feels like it's so good for them. Wait, are these people complete? Why does it look like they are less? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bruh, this looks so good for City. This is so many combinations in like tight spaces. Although it's fullbacks also, but Pep plays with fullbacks going forward every time, anyways. I don't know. I just think like the things I know that are constant, right? Is maybe he goes back to interior fullbacks, all those what's it called? Inverted fullbacks like Cancelo. Maybe he does. Because I just think Foden and Cherky are too good to not have them play in positions that like favor them. Well, Foden is, to be honest, only God knows what's the deal with him now. But Cherky for sure, brother, just let him roam. Don't even give him any. Cherky should just be calm. Anywhere the ball is, anywhere the ball drops to him, just leave him. Haaland is going to be here. So I still think it's more of an interior game for him than width. But also, you see, I'm saying all these things. I'm not counting Doku. Another formation they could easily play, right? It could have this. Then they play Foden as maybe a winger, but we'll focus on interior, and this dude provides all the width, right? And then on this side is more defensive, and Doku provides all the width, and Foden is there, and Czech is there, and Reindeer is kind of box to box. That also makes sense. Like the options with City is always like you can't prep for it. That's the thing. At least beginning of season you can't prep for it. And low key, this dude could also, where is he? Oscar Bob could, oh bro. Even what's his name? Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis could also just be the one here, and he's going to, because he's also very techy to an extent. Like I think this might be the play, because I know Pep likes Doku. Pep likes Doku. I think it's fairly obvious that he likes Doku. And Haaland and Cherky is, I'm telling you, Cherky is like a Pep player out and out. He's like his own. He's like the maverick player that Pep needs after KDB is gone. Do you know what I mean? Rangers is just going to be insane. Rangers is going to. Rangers is going. Rangers is techie. Oh boy. Oh my god, man. I see. This is the one thing I knew I'll be stumped on, because I couldn't tell you. I think this is what it looks like going into the season, though. I really think this is what it looks like. I think this brother will underlap mostly. This brother probably provides an option a lot, but I don't think this brother overlaps as much. Maybe except if Doku is running inside, then you overlaps and provides like far post cross or cutbacks. Because if they cut back, if Man City just cut back, the amount of people they have in the box will be insane. Because they'll have Reinders, they'll have Cherky, they'll have Foden, they'll have Haaland. That's four people already that you don't want touching that ball. And Roger will just be, waiting to clear up any spillage. I think this is what they play. Low key, now that I think about it. Because they don't have an out and out, bro, but I know he's not just going to stay back, is he? I knew he's not just going I knew he's going to overlap a lot to low key. Brother. Shit. I'm just clueless here talking about this thing now. But yeah, let's assume I knew overlaps and Doku. I know it's probably just going to be more of an option than always overlapping. I'd imagine. I think whatever it does depends on what Doku does. Because Doku sometimes he does that 1, 2, step inside. 1, 2, step inside. 1, 2, step inside. Or 1, 2, step aside. 1, 2, step aside. So I think that depends on Aitnuri. But I think Aitnuri is just going to always be there to provide an option. And Rodri is just Rodri is, like I said, he's the one that just comes and sweeps up whatever anybody is doing. If like this guy is overlapping, Rodri is here. If that's like why he's so good. If this dude is the one overlapping, Rodri is like here. Do you know what I mean? He's not like on the other side. He recognizes that this is where weakness is, so he's here. But I fear if Reinders becomes too much of an attacking threat over a, defensive over defensive structure, it will be too much for Rodri. But brother, he played in midfield pairing with Gundogan for a while. But if you can do it with Gundogan, you can do it to anybody. I'm not saying Gundogan shit. I'm not saying defensively. He doesn't have the legs for that shit, man. But yeah, I think this is what happens with Man City. I think this is what we see most of the year for them. Maybe not Foden here, maybe Foden more here. But I think Foden interior, Cherky like a bit deeper, like but like an actual 10. He could go. Cherky could really go anywhere. Really, up here he could go anywhere. This whole zone is Cherky. So I'm just going to put him at the base here. Reindeers is box to box. He's going to find his way in at some point. I knew great attacking option, but he's also very strong defensively. And fucking Doku is just hogging touchline. So Doku hogging touchline gives space for Reindeer, gives space for Nuri, gives space for Cherky. Like even Haaland could go there and Cherky comes there. Or Haaland goes there and Foden comes there. I think in my head that works out greatly. Do you know what I mean? But then Pep is a madman. He's going to come out and just blow everybody's mind away with whatever he has planned. Because I've not even mentioned Marmoush, which I'd imagine you don't sign Marmoush to put him on the bench, do you? Bro, man, she's going to be tough. I don't know. I knew this Man City was going to leave me bamboozled. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I can't think of anything else. Like, this is the only way for those set of players, which I think are their best players in each position. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you guys think.